Witches Hill.
I do declare that I think you're fat.
I got punched in the lips today, between my legs.
Well,
I was waiting for something.
I didn't know what to say after that.
I got swollen lips.
I know what to say. JANKUM!
JANKUM! You can make it!
You can make it!
It'll make you better. You're feeling dizzy? Do some JANKUM. You got yourself a coffee can.
And then you can make it.
You can make it. You just gotta push.
And then
Push for success.
JANKUM!
Welcome back to Witches Hill. I'm Pat.
I am Tim.
And we're not on JANKUM. We do not advocate JANKUM.
JANKUM!
If you don't know what JANKUM is, well, just
Don't worry
you
about
haven't been
it.
on the internet long enough.
Yeah.
But today we're gonna battle a little bit today with our metaphorical swords or light. No, I'm not gonna say it. We're gonna get sued by Lucas and Disney.
By our energy blasters.
Yeah, our energy blasters that look like long fingers. I was gonna use a much more descriptive, veiny description. I think that was worse. But OG versus remake horror movies. Tim has something and I have something.
We're just gonna go over a couple today.
Yeah, not too many, but yeah.
Just gonna give a forewarning. This episode is gonna have some major spoilers. Where do you want to start?
At the beginning. Tim's giving me a dead stare right now. I'd start with yours.
So, you throw me off.
Drink. Sorry.
So I guess I'll start it off with Evil Dead. I talk about this all the time.
Boomstick action.
Boomstick. Gotta love Ash. Gotta love Mia. Mia turned out to be a total badass.
Oh, so you're talking about the remake.
Yes. Now I guess you would specifically compare that one to the very first Evil Dead. God, I forgot what fucking year that came out though.
What, the first one?
Yeah.
79, I think.
Was it 79?
I think so. For those internet warriors, just give me a moment. I'm going online right now.
No, I guess it goes without saying. I mean, the first one will always be fucking great. It was the.
Oh, it's a classic.
It's a fucking cult classic. But I have to say, honestly, I definitely like the remake better.
Do you? For what reason, though?
I specifically
1981, by the way.
1981.
Yeah, it's off by a couple of years.
I wanted to say that it was 80s. That's why I was shocked. I liked the remake better just because. I mean, it's hard to say what. It's hard to say that I like the remake better because it's not like. I mean, if I had to choose, I would choose the remake, but I don't necessarily think it's better. Like overall, I know that's probably confusing, but.
I mean, they're both great and they're equal rights, you know?
I loved the remake simply because the fact that they really kept it true to the original story, but, you know, they brought it in a new, different kind of way.
Not so campy. I mean, it still had, like, the camp aspect to it, but the execution was a lot more proper and obviously much more funded.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think that gives away to the atmospherical effect of what they were trying to go for and how dark they could actually get.
I mean, didn't they have didn't they score a Guinness record of the most fake blood used?
Yeah, I forgot how many gallons it was, but if you've seen that movie, then you know what scene we're talking about.
Ready blood!
Oh, fuck, I still say that they go back, just do one edit and put fucking Slayer in there. Seriously, dude, Raining Blood. I mean, what better time than when it's raining blood?
That was awesome.
I mean, if they don't use that, you might as well just put, like, the fucking Hanson song in there. Mbop.
So in the original, they have the group of friends that. Have you seen the original?
Yeah. I don't remember everything from it because I've seen the most recent one, so that one's kind of sticking in my head a little bit more. But
yeah, it definitely was one of those. You've seen it once, maybe watched it a couple times. There's people that like I admittedly haven't seen it in a while.
The first one?
Yeah. Actually, and surprisingly, I know this is going to disappoint many people, but I actually haven't even seen all of the second one. I know I've seen it, but I think I was in and out of it. It was when I was really younger. I was really young, and I was at my brother's apartment when he lived in Wisconsin.
Okay, so it's going way back.
This is in the way, way back machine.
Okay.
But, the first one is just a group of friends going to a cabin in the woods just to get away for a weekend. And that's when all fucking hell breaks loose.
Not to be confused with The Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
Oh, look out, my balls. My Dragon Balls just dropped, guys. Don't worry.
It's okay. And honestly, I forgot exactly how I remember that he found the book and the shotgun downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And he just curiously was just going through it, just like, what the fuck is this? And then, of course, there was I guess the proper word is iconic tree scene.
Oh.
That scene has always made me uncomfortable.
Well,
It's very... You're going to have to watch the movie if you don't know what scene I'm talking about.
It's cringeworthy, but not in, like,
Not
the
in
typical fashion of cringeworthy.
Yeah. It definitely gets the message across.
I think it doesn't hold up as strong as Last House on the Left with that infamous scene that people talk about in the remake, but it's definitely one of those things.
Yeah.
Those of you who have seen both of those movies, you guys know what I'm talking about.
And then, of course, now she's possessed.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then kind of picks everyone off one by one. I actually forgot how it ended. I'm not
The first
gonna lie.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. I want to say that he got sucked into, like, another dimension or something. Didn't he?
I know I believe that was the second one. Because that's how the Army of Darkness played in, which Army of Darkness is... that
amazing.
movie is a fucking incredible.
That movie's just fantastic.
It's fantastic.
It's fucking choice.
I love it.
But, okay, so going into the remake now, instead of just four friends going to the woods to get away, they're going there so Mia can get off heroin. She's trying just to completely cold turkey it and figures going into the middle of the woods, best fucking option. That makes sense. That is very believable.
Yeah, I mean, you want to isolate the person, so that is very believable.
And the one thing that I truly loved about the remake is they kept throwing hints. Throughout the entire movie, they kept throwing nods to the original.
Oh, like little Easter eggs and stuff?
Like, okay, when Mia's brother arrives, and he goes out back and she's sitting on top of the car, that's Asher's car.
No, I remember that. And
it was funny, my dad actually pointed that out to me.
Props to him.
Like, oh my god. So now you've got this girl that's, trying to cold turkey off of fucking heroin. So she's kind of going fucking crazy. Which makes the inevitable of what you know is about to happen, it makes that all really believable as well. She's seeing some fucked up shit in the woods and kind of freaks out, so then she tries to get away.
Yeah.
Fall down her normal path, and then at least, the scene that followed wasn't as uncomfortable.
As the original?
Yes, it still kind of did it in that same fashion.
But yeah, I mean, it's still...
A thorny tree slug. Like, that's what it kind of was.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, it was gross, more gross looking. The other one was just more violent.
Yeah.
That's the way I think about it.
A branch.
Yeah. Bee branch.
Bee branch! Oh, God, no.
Oh, God, no.
I don't even want to say what that's from, because I don't want people looking. So now she's possessed. This is where she gets possessed out in the woods. They bring her back. She's trying to tell her friends, like, I've seen some fucked up shit. no one's going to believe her because she's getting off of heroin. Mm-hmm. Which, from what I've heard of it, you have to go through crazy withdrawals.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
You're going to see shit.
Train spotting style.
Yeah. God, that was a good movie.
No, it was. I love you, Danny Boyle. Get on 28 years later. I need my third installment, not to just rail anything, but continue.
So then, of course, she gets possessed, and it kind of follows down the same pattern. All hell breaks loose. Everything gets fucky. The spookies are here.
The spookies.
And one by one, they're getting picked off. But the whole reason why the evil was released is, they got her. And I also really loved this aspect of the movie. One of the friends that came with to help support her is this guy. He is a high school history teacher. So, he's got to be kind of like, what the fuck about it? Mm-hmm. I imagine they find all that fucking witchy shit in the basement, and they, oh my god, my brain just went completely dead.
Well, I mean, doesn't he open up the damn book from, being wrapped in barbed wire?
That part is just you're an asshole, but I've always played it off that he does it because he's a high school history teacher. He probably hates his fucking job.
Wow.
I mean,
history's cool and everything, but
he's that snooty kind of guy, the way he's talking to his friend, we haven't seen you in years, kind of has his nose up in the air about it. So he's comes off very...
prickish?
Very prickish, clearly. And very views... I feel like he maybe has an overinflated opinion of himself. He holds himself to such these high regards, I'm so much of a better person than you. So of course he finds this, and his curiosity, being that kind of person, is going to be, well, I'm this super important guy, so if someone's going to figure this out, I need to look and see what this is.
Okay, yeah, I get that, but at the same time, being a history major, you have to have come across many things, whether you believe it or not, about ancient curses. Other things throughout history that have been, you don't fucking touch this, you don't open this, you don't open tombs, you don't fucking fuck with certain things. You especially don't speak incantations from a book that you found wrapped in barbed wire in the basement of a fucking log cabin in the middle of fucking nowhere.
With dead cats chained to the ceiling and hanging from the ceiling all over the room.
Yeah, I want what he was smoking, because he did not see the same shit everybody else saw.
I mean, he wasn't... I don't think he didn't damn it just by opening it. I could play off and understand the overinflated opinion of himself, so he feels like he needs to see what this is, and he's flipping through it. What was you can't explain is the fact that he gets to this page that says don't hear it, don't write it, don't say it, and then he sees this thing that's etched out, that's crossed out.
So he writes it out.
So what does he do? He rubs a pencil back and forth to figure out the fucking word and says it aloud.
Oh, yeah.
After it's explicitly told him not to. That, I can't explain that one away. And I have to admit, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I will say that I did like the fact that his character got his just desserts throughout that entire fucking movie.
Oh, God. He got fucked up so hard in that movie. He got it the worst than anyone.
All I'm gonna say is crowbar.
Oh, the nail gun.
I could deal with the nail gun, but
the syringe,
the splitting of the hand,
the syringe in his fucking eye.
Yeah.
Oh God. But okay. The one thing I loved again is as it's going through, it again gets the old style of when everything's going to hell and a lot of the people are getting really fucked up, and it's just the two guys left, and the history guy tells him what he did. I said some sort of prayer and unleashed this evil. He admitted to being a fucking douche, but then when fucking dude has to snap into action, it does that style of what is he grabbing everything where it's just the camera suddenly at what he needs to grab, and the fact that it started off zooming up to the chainsaw and then moves away.
Yeah,
it was one of those just chainsaw. No,
he's just Oh, damn it.
which was fucking great.
I mean, they held off for an exciting part with that chainsaw, though. That was, like, possibly the most metal thing I've seen in a fucking horror movie.
Yes.
One of the most, because, I mean...
But then you got... So pretty much it's only this other guy, he's fucked up and dying. And you got the brother that's just... He snaps into action and he does some shit, and then he goes into the basement to get Mia. She attacks him, but he was able to knock her out with the syringe and puts her to sleep, ties her up, puts her in a dress, and starts burying her alive.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you know, the demon wakes up as she can't move, so just starts taunting him, and he just completely commits, covers her, and then you just hear the heartbeat stop. She dies.
Mm-hmm.
But then he waits until after she's dead. Mika really wants in on this episode.
He has a strong opinion.
Mika has a very strong opinion on this episode.
Well, I mean, how does so far that compare to the original?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, you've already gotten so far into the remake. What about the original concept of it? Like, did you personally like the way that everything was changed? Because there is a huge tone shift between the two.
I mean, I like the remake better for the simple fact that, you know, it's more updated. There was a lot more money put into it, so it could be a better movie. So of course I like it for that. The original, it's still gonna be like a cult classic.
Oh yeah, it started everything.
In fact, honestly, because I can't really remember too many details of it, I'm gonna rewatch it now.
Yeah.
That's definitely, I'm turning that onto my rotation. It's been a minute. I need to go through these old ones. There's a lot of old movies that I have not seen. Surprisingly, it's shocking. But, okay, so the last thing, just getting to the remake.
Mm-hmm.
And I focus on this one because this one I've seen it, like, when it was in theaters, I saw it 7 fucking times.
No, I know.
And then I watched it like 1,000,000 times after that. So he kills her and then brings her back to life, and you think it's fruitless, but then she comes back.
With fruit?
Sadly, no.
Then it's fruitless.
Exactly.
Fruit of the Loom commercial's gone wrong. Sorry.
And, you think everything's going to be great. It seems like, oh my God, they're giving this a happy ending. Nope. History guy, he's the one that's possessed now. Since he killed Mia, the demon had to leave her.
Mm-hmm.
So when he was able to revive her and resuscitate her, she was normal. It was just her. She wasn't possessed anymore.
Yeah.
Again, that's something that I guess from my understanding, I could see that's believable.
Mm-hmm.
But history dude's back, and now he fucking stabs brother, and then brother, what does he do? Blows everyone up. So now it's just Mia.
What does he do? Blow everybody up? I mean, he just blew himself and the fucking history dude away.
And he blew the whole shack up.
Oh, I know, but that's not everybody else. Everybody else is fucking gone at this point.
Yeah, everyone else has been killed.
Fucking bread knife. She played that beautifully. Like, that was a very well executed scene. Like, the reaction, the deliriousness, the fucking detachment from his fucking...
I feel better now.
Yeah, just holy shit.
Yeah, that scene was fucking... And the fact that they used practical effects for this fucking movie.
Oh, yeah. All movies, I believe, in my opinion, should have practical effects where you can actually use them. I mean, if you need CGI, then you need it, but I'm a fucking...
Don't rely on it.
Yeah.
When you rely on it, it doesn't look believable. Because that's the whole thing that makes a great horror movie, is it's believable.
Okay, and enjoyable, obviously.
And I guess, honestly, that, again, furthers my opinion as to why I like the original better. It's more believable.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this one, like we said before, has a much more serious tone than the original campy one. I mean, some of the one-liners and, like, groovy, baby. Like, I mean, it was in its time. It was in that time.
It was in its time.
So.
And then I'm not even going to say the ending because I'm going to save the very ending because the twist that happens, that the whole movie, you're thinking Mia's brother is Ash, is being Ash's character,
Yeah.
but then it flips at the very end, and then Mia becomes Ash. Legitimately, and that's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, that's all you really need to say.
I fucking loved it. The last final scene with her and the demon was, it's so fucking wicked.
Well, if you're listening and you haven't seen that movie yet, well, I suggest getting out from underneath that rock and definitely giving this movie a view.
Oh, highly recommend it. And I need to refresh myself on the new one.
I know that a lot of people actually didn't care for it. Which,
Really?
to me, is actually a little surprising considering, like, everything that came of it from the original. I get it, it's not as campy. Maybe they wanted it to be along the lines of the original, or just simply have Bruce Campbell in it, because who doesn't love some Campbell? I mean, that's my Campbell soup.
So yes, let's switch to yours now. So if you want to just take it away.
Before we get into mine, here is a quick word from our sponsors. Yeah. Are you moving into a new home, or remodeling a home or office? Are you trying to sell a home but can't seem to find the right people to buy it? Does the energy in certain parts of the home or office feel uncomfortable, spooky, stuck, or blocked? Do you feel your own personal growth, healing, and evolution has stymied? Has there been sudden pain or illness you can't explain? Has there been any deaths? Is anyone having trouble sleeping, restless children in bed, or night terrors? Is there a lot of fighting and bad experiences with the home or office? Do you ever see moving shadows, flying objects, hear voices, or smell weird odors? Do your appliances or machines break down or have mechanical issues often? Do you seem to be having a string of bad luck? If you've answered yes to any of the following questions, please consider getting a clearing by us. Please contact Reverend Nancy for a quote at 630-340-0877 or her partner Amanda at 719-271-7309, or contact Euphoria Emporium at 715 East State Street in Geneva, Illinois.
I know we can come back whenever.
Welcome back to JANKUM.
JANKUM. You can make it.
We can all make it. Hold my hand.
Cause I make JANKUM.
I'm about to squeeze.
JANKUM.
Rosebud. Anywho, the movie that I chose to do the OG vs. remake is Dawn of the Dead.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, Dawn.
And of course, you got the original. What year did that come out? 78, I believe it was. No, yeah, I believe it was 78 or 79. Check me on that.
You want me to check you on that?
I want you to fact check me live.
Okay. Fact checking live.
If I'm right, you have to bake me cookies. Good
No.
chocolate chip cookies with nothing weird in them. Because I will be upset.
But what if I don't consider it weird? Can I still put it in it?
What is weird to societal standards in this day and age, in this region of the planet Earth?
Oh, people won't eat meat, but they'll fucking go ass to mouth.
I mean...
So the original came out in 1978, and you called it the remake actually came out in 2004.
Okay.
So the original one starts off with the dead overtaking everything, and it's like it focuses mainly on this like apartment complex, and everybody's just getting fucking eaten to shit. The army's getting overrun, and I can't for the life of me remember if this dude's part of the army, National Guard, or what have you. But dude fucking gets into a helicopter with a couple people and they fly away. They have to make like an emergency landing, I believe, and eventually make their way to a mall, much like how you see in the remake. But in the remake, there is no helicopter. The entire setup and the entire atmosphere of the world is completely different. Like in the original, the zombies are slow and walking very sluggish. The classic George Romero zombies.
Yes.
Whereas the 2004 version kind of... I think they took a note from 28 Days Later and was like, you know what? We need runners.
They made him more aggressive.
Much more aggressive. And like, to me, at least, I prefer the running zombies, but I guess people wouldn't necessarily call them zombies because the entire idea about it is they're reanimated corpses coming back, so why wouldn't they be sluggish? Whereas like the the infected from 28 Days Later makes a lot more sense as everything. But that's getting into specifics and whatnot. But that's one of the reasons why I prefer the remake. But I absolutely love the original because the way that everything is taken, the way that they team up and make the mall their own.
Yeah.
Like they block everything off. They hide up in one of the like this like security area. Like they have to climb a ladder, get up in there, and they essentially make it into their own home. They have like couches. They have a little spare room, and obviously there's gonna be spoilers in this, but one of the guys gets bitten, and while they're running around the mall, they put him into a wheelbarrow, and they give him a gun, and they're just like running around everywhere, and he's just like shooting from this thing, and like it's exactly what people probably would have done. Like realistically, put him in a wheelbarrow, just fucking run around the mall, grab everything you need, pile it on top of him or what have you, and then get it back to the original area. Now, there is a problem that I do personally have with the original one. Their safe room is up a ladder, but the zombies can climb it.
Zombies can climb the ladder?
Yes. As long as I'm remembering this right, yeah, they climb a ladder. I do not believe it's a staircase, but a fucking ladder. So I'm like, all right, whatever, give or take. But, eventually the dude who got bit is taken back to the place, and he ends up reanimating. And it's a very iconic scene. And I do think, to a point, the producers of Resident Evil actually took a note from this, because the guy in the original Evil Dead, or not Evil Dead, Dawn of the Dead, he slowly starts rising up from the waist up as he was perfectly vertical, or not vertical, horizontal, and he slowly lifts up as the drape comes down away from his face, and he just sits there, and you can tell he's already reanimated, and they shoot him. But in Resident Evil, and I think it was the remake of the first one, or it was Zero, I don't remember which one it was. I think it was 1. In the opening cutscene, one of the zombies is on a gurney, and it slowly starts lifting up. And right before, like, the cloth or something would start falling down, it gets shot in the head and falls back down. But the way it's done reminds me of Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, okay.
But scurrying away from that, the remake was... It took the basic idea of hiding out at a mall, and that was about it. Okay. Honestly. It focuses around a family that... This is your typical family. She has this wife has a daughter, her husband, and nice going family, lives in a fucking picture-perfect cookie-cutter neighborhood where houses look the same. It's like, hi, neighbor, I pooped today. Did you poop? Yeah, JANKUM. So they were all cool, And, I slid that one right in there. And, perfect JANKUM community. Sorry. And so, overnight, basically, this woman's a nurse, I believe. Okay. And she sees certain things. You kind of start getting the hint that, shit's going on. She goes home, passes out, but she wakes up, and her fucking daughter has, her entire fucking cheek missing, and she just comes running down the hall trying to attack everybody, and she ends up attacking the father, and the father ends up turning.
This is the remake?
Yeah, this is the remake. Okay,
yeah, I remember this scene.
Yeah, she, freaks out, runs to the bathroom, and barely gets out by that fucking window, which, I'm not gonna lie, is a very, oh shit.
Intense fucking scene.
Well, think about it, dude. Your daughter's dead, your fucking husband's dead, and they're going to kill you.
Yep.
And, you may not think about that at that moment, but next thing you know, just, the look on both of their faces are completely fucking contorted and twisted. So she fucking ends up fleeing, and next thing you know, you look outside, and the entire neighborhood is just gone to fucking hell.
On fucking fire.
On fire. People are driving around with fucking bodies on the car. She finally makes it to the car, but the husband crawls out the window, and I think he jumps on the fucking car, but she eventually gets away while he's, running after her. And, where it really starts taking off is she's flying almost as fast as she can down this road, and I think she gets T-boned. She ends up crashing her car, where she eventually meets up with a couple other survivors who are like just on the run, and a cop who has a fucking like a nice ass shotgun, pump action shotgun, or riot shotgun for those gamers out there.
Okay.
A riot shotgun. And they eventually make their way to the mall, and like they teamed up with a bunch of other people. And yeah, like I said before, like in the remake, there's a bunch of runners, so you obviously have to keep your distance from them. Well, they finally make it all the way up to the mall, and as they're, I don't remember if it's like as they're trying to get in or not, but at one point, like you see the zombie, and it like screams at them like rah. And it's like, oh shit, like that would be terrifying to see something like just growl at you and then just full sprint.
Yeah.
But actually, I think I'm getting that confused. There's another group of survivors that ends up coming after they've kind of established themselves in the mall, and they show up with a like a van of sorts, and they have to get down there, open the door to let them in before all the zombies can get in.
Okay.
But as they're taking over the mall for the first time, the first group of survivors with the cop, they run into the security guards that were already there. They had already taken over the mall, essentially. Like in a giant like TV area, like imagine how Sears was or Best Buy.
Yeah.
TVs everywhere. They're watching the news and a bunch of other shit, trying to stay informed. And they realize like help isn't coming for them. There's pretty much nothing left. And I almost respect the remake in a sense more than the original, because I got more of a closed ender with the remake. As everything progresses, like they see other people in other shops or like across the way from all these zombies in the parking lot. They have an awesome dog that doesn't get attacked by zombies. It runs from the zombies, but the zombies never attack the dog, so that's cool. That's cool.
Yay,
good on
puppers.
you, pup. Yeah. We need a new plague. But like they have some dark comedy in there, like when they're on top of the building just trying to like have fun, they're hitting golf balls out into the fucking the sea of zombies and shit.
Weren't they? There was a gun shop near, like on the other side of the.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. Like,
but didn't they play like a game of chess or something together?
Yeah,
Them and
the cop.
Yeah,
yeah, they're sitting up on top of the roof, and they're using their binoculars and like a dry erase board and shit.
yeah.
I mean that's brilliant because.
It's storming outside?
It's lightning and raining, and we're in December. What the fuck?
Huh.
Talk about horror. Anyway.
Yeah, nice crack of thunder right at that moment.
Yeah, right. Zombies.
That would blow. My place is not really well equipped for it. And it sucks because I still have a sign on my door from Halloween. Yes, fuck all you Christmas fucks. It's Halloween 24/7 here. Fuck you. I have a sign on my door that says Zombie Fallout Shelter. So
yeah,
I'm kind of lying to everyone, but I also have a sign on it from a party that says free candy. So,
I still never got candy.
Yeah, I've lied to everyone.
Take that sign down, sir.
I refuse.
False advertisement.
I will eventually get a bag of candy and give it. If someone comes and says, "Hey, here for the free candy," I'll be like, all right, here you go.
I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait for that day.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the fucking thing. Back to the death.
The death.
And carnage.
I do have to say, in the remake, I had one major gripe.
Hold up, I'm getting to it. I'm gonna touch up on that very
because I know you agreed with me on it.
Yeah, because it's fucking stupid. But yeah, other than them like having their goof on the roof and just kind of like goof on the roof.
Goof on the roof. Sounds like
troop.
Sounds like a fucking like 90s montage start.
Soul Asylum, if you're listening, cover that song or make that song.
Goof on a roof.
Yeah, goof on a roof. Anyway, after they do their whole thing, shit starts taking a more serious turn, and I know I'm not touching upon everything that happened in the movie, but just certain things that stuck out. I guess let's just jump right into it. There's that fucking scene of a zombie baby. Now, the dude's wife, she got bit. Okay, I understand that. and then she started turning. Now, she was pregnant during this.
Late pregnancy.
Yes, late pregnancy. Now, she turns. And while she turns, she's in a room with her husband, and she somehow gives birth to a zombie baby. What the fuck is that shit? I'm sorry to put it like that, but I don't see how a zombie can still push out a baby. One, labor doesn't happen that quick.
Yeah.
And two, if it's a zombie, I would have believed it more if it ate its way out of the mother.
But how would it? Because it's not like it has teeth or...
But it's a zombie. It's not going to be like, oh, no, I'm a baby. I know.
It's going to be grabbing and pulling.
Yeah, it could just rip her open. It's from the inside.
Yeah, you would have to think that it would rip her open legitimately from the inside.
Yeah, or at least destroy her insides and see her, like, her contorting and let's crawled out through the vagina somehow.
But...
like,
so yeah, that scene I had a big gripe with because I was just like, what?
Everything else in the movie, I could get away with. I actually really loved it. Let's talk about that fucking more towards the end when they make their vehicles to try to escape to the
boat, right?
Yeah. I was gonna say like the beach, and I'm like, hey, I didn't go to the fucking beach. Guys, everybody says let's go to the beach, go surf. I died.
Yeah, bro.
Riptide. Pun plug for Dead Island.
Dead Island.
Dead Island, Riptide.
Riptide was pretty fun.
No, those games were fun.
Those games were actually really fucking fun.
I guess since we're talking about games for a quick second, I cannot wait for Days Gone.
Is that the one where there's like...
It looks like GTA with zombies.
Huh.
And you're a biker and... Yeah, but anyway, with that fucking... Those buses that they make. And there's like an opening along the side where they can just put the chainsaw out there and just like... Fuck you if they get on, like jump on and you could just cut them in half and shit. Like that was apocalypse style badassery.
Yeah.
But it wasn't so badass when the dude was just like, oh my god, look at all the zombies everywhere. Oh, we're getting too fucking whatever. And then he doesn't look and fucking flips the goddamn bus.
Yeah. Poo-poo on him. Poo-poo on you, sir, for flipping a fucking bus in an apocalypse.
That's
seriously,
what I'm saying.
If you're gonna drive, you have one job, and your job is the safety of everyone in your fucking bus, so none of you fucking turn into the walking goddamn dead.
And guess what happened? Somebody fell with the chainsaw and killed the bitch.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, she's it goes through her collarbone. I couldn't help but just like squirm at that a little bit. It was like that looks like it hurt.
Yeah, I don't think it felt good.
No, she's just like, hey, that tickles, and just dies. Falls over. I think that would be the most frightening thing in that movie. Not the zombies or the world dying, but her giggling while getting cut in half. But they eventually make their way to the fucking the boatyard, and obviously there's that really sad scene, which I'm just gonna say this right now is complete bullshit, because dude's just like, yeah, after it got flipped, like I got bit, you guys have to go without me. And she's all like, oh my god, I love you. Okay, I'm not saying that's bullshit. What I'm saying is, look behind him. What happened fucking 20 seconds beforehand? They were being chased by a town of fucking running zombies. And yeah, okay, they crashed through the fucking boat gate, and they all ran out, and it seemed like they had like a little blockade. But when you're looking at all these zombies that can run over fucking cars and shit like that, and he's just calmly standing there at the boatyard as they're slowly riding away in their yacht, or whatever it is, pontoon, and then you hear the gunshot because he shot himself so that way he wouldn't turn into a zombie.
Yeah.
To me, it's just like, it would have been so much more badass if it was just quick, because the zombies are gonna fucking come, right? So have them rush up to him while they're fleeing in the boat. He stands there. Yeah, he's only got a couple rounds left. He knows what he's gonna do. Take the couple out. You have that one bullet left. Then you do it.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been badass, because obviously these zombies aren't fucking smart. They would have just kept running off the pier and into the water.
Yes.
Now, normally, after that, the credits roll, and so on and so forth, a couple things cut in and out. Well, if you keep watching, you actually see what happens to them. They made it to the island, and the dog fucking runs off into the fucking, onto the island and disappears. And then it comes fucking running back, and there's just like 100 of these things. And they bomb rush the boat, and everybody fucking dies.
Really?
Everybody dies in Dawn of the Dead remake.
I did not know that.
And to me, that is what holds a special place. Because I'm just like, dude, you act like they made it to the island right on. But everybody's like, oh yeah, that nothing would happen to the island. Well, why wouldn't anything happen to the island? Does nobody go there?
I mean, this is one of those zombie movies that I don't think they fully explained how the virus outbreak, what the virus was.
Oh, I respect that though.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like I kind of like it almost more when they don't say what it came from, because it leaves it open to possibilities, you know?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, when people are kind of specific with it, sometimes they'll be like, okay, well, you know, if you really think about it, this wouldn't happen, this would be like this, and this would go like that.
I mean, just to give you a taste of one of those movies I've seen before, is, I completely forgot the name of it. I don't want to throw out a title and get the name wrong or deter you from, like, a great movie or anything. But essentially what happens in the movie is a meteorite fucking flies over, and it sprinkles dust on everybody. And those of you who have seen the Resident Evil live-action movies, you know that wall that they built around Raccoon City? Imagine that happening in less than 24 hours around in almost an entire state. And this wall goes up like 4 fucking miles. Like, people try to climb it, and then they fall back down to their deaths. Like, nothing is really explained in this movie. It is so far fucking fetched, but that's what I'm talking about, like, inconsistencies in trying to fucking explain something that really... You know, you just wanted a reason to explain it.
You pretty much gloss over the details and just say, no, this happened. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, or like, perfectly in, what was it? Shaun of the Dead. He's flipping through the channels. And right before they're explaining it, he switches the channels, not thinking about it. I love that.
Yeah.
Like, the virus was, blah, 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 by a thing of deranged, and then he clicks it away.
Yep.
Or whatever it says, but it never fully says it. And it's like, yes, good.
Shaun of the Dead was great.
Oh, hell yeah. And, like, the typical ones, like, back in the 80s are always from, like, toxic spills and shit. And I do believe that the original way that the movie ended in the original one was I think they just get back up into the helicopter with the little gas that they have, and they fly away.
And then it's just...
I'm pretty sure that's the end. Like, that was pretty much it. Like, the movie was just about their stay there. Also, in the original, they had this badass fucking scene where a gang of motorcycle people come in, like an MC, and they just start fucking shit up. Tom Savini's in it, the fucking special effects artist.
Okay.
Like, world-renowned special effects artist. He's fucking great, dude. But he's always in these movies, like, doing these weird little things, and he's a biker dude, and you just have to see the movie. It's a classic, but...
Fuck yeah.
I guess, really, if I had to pick one of these, I would still have to go with the original. Okay. The original I will watch from the beginning to the end without a single complaint. I mean, I do have complaints, but not as big as a fucking zombie baby. Though I do love the running zombies and the action and how fucking intense and gory it was. I could just imagine what George Romero would have done back in the day. Granted, he had that type of budget and that type of technology.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It would be fucking crazy. Because, I mean, people have seen, like, Survival of the Dead and all those other movies. And
Island of the Dead.
Island of the Dead. There were a couple cheesy fucking ones that I'm not going to lie.
I will say the one scene that has remained, for some odd reason, insanely squeamish for me is I think it was Island of the Dead, when all the dead break into the island and to show a close-up of some chick wearing like a crop top, and she's got, like, you know, perfect, quote-unquote perfect stomach with a belly button piercing and a zombie. It's just a close-up of a zombie coming up and specifically
biting that off,
biting her fucking
I don't think it was
belly button ring
Island
off.
of the Dead.
It was one of the something of the dead.
I remember that scene. I just don't remember what movie it was from, but I know, yeah, because it looks like somebody, like, stretches out gum and then it just snaps in blood.
Yeah, and it for some reason...
No, I
watched someone get cut in half, and I'm just like, yeah, gore, but seeing a zombie specifically go for a belly button ring and just biting that instead of biting into flesh, which is what it would believably do. Yeah. I felt like it was just, oh, God, I hate that scene.
Well, I mean, if you want to see a ridiculous movie, watch Return of the Living Dead. Return of the Night of the Living Dead or Return of the Living Dead. Very 80s movie. Like, they have the fucking typical 1984 punk rocker with fucking chains from the nose to the ears, and he's just like, yeah, fuck yeah, Ramones, bro, bitch. And like they're hanging out in a car. There's a like the zombies literally go brains, and there's a fucking like a half naked bitch that runs around seducing people and fucking killing them and shit. The movie is fucking stupid, but it is a fun ride. It is a fun ride. I'm dissing it, but I fucking love how stupid it is. It's one of those. It's almost like a trauma movie.
It's like a B flick that you just hate to love.
You love it. Actually, speaking of, we still need to watch Redneck Zombies.
You'd love to hate it, yes. But since we're just going into all the other zombie movies, I'm gonna have to throw out a fucking one hell of a tip of the hat to Zombies of Mass Destruction.
That movie was great.
We watched that on a fluke, and that movie is fantastic.
Hell yes. If you get a chance, definitely watch that movie. The movie's just it's fun. The characters are fun.
Frida! Just, I
Mom,
love that
I suck dick.
The gay couple was my favorite.
They were what made that movie.
They really fucking were.
I love them. Oh my god. Yeah, definitely check out Zombies of Mass Destruction. It's definitely a good movie. Obviously, we derailed from the originals versus the remakes currently, but we both just got a message.
Oh, and it was from our sponsor.
It was from our sponsor! Yeah.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy. We're talking about zombies.
So, overall, I guess, there was one that I did want to talk about today, but I actually kind of want to save it.
Okay.
I want to save it for next year.
For next year? Oh, actually, speaking of, if you're listening right now, you only have 2 more episodes from us for the current year.
Yeah.
But we will be back in 2019 with more spookies and other fun things, and yeah, you'll be able to join us for the ride. I
have to say, yeah, if you're hearing this, it is December 5th.
Yes, it's the December 5th. Only, 19 more days till Christmas, and if today's the 5th, then 16 days until Yule.
Oh, man.
Yeah, speaking of, we are doing our Yule giveaway this year. And the way that you enter that is by emailing us. You can email us at witcheshillradio@gmail.com. The gifts, well, we're not going to tell you exactly what it is because we like to be very surprising and engaging. So what it could be, who knows? It could be a nose hair. It could be JANKUM.
JANKUM.
We're not going to send you shit.
You can make it.
You can make it.
So, again, we're going to officially announce, like we said, you only have 2 more episodes after this. Mm-hmm. December 19th, we're releasing our last episode for the year. And then we're going to take a 2-week break for the holidays. So we will be back on...
Yes.
January 9th.
January 9th. Granted that there are no delays, and we are still breathing. Because who knows what Santa's going to do to us this year.
JANKUM!
We've been naughty.
You've been naughty.
He's going to stuff us.
Mika has made her appearance on the episode.
Yes.
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 She has to make her appearance.
Zombie survival kitten.
Zombie survival kitten. I would hope she survived. I love her.
Dude,
she is a fucking demonic monster, but she's my demonic monster.
I have never seen a movie where they just devour the cat.
Good.
Well, I mean, realistically, no, I take that back. There was one movie, I think it was Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
That's sad.
No, the movie was fucking awesome. They break into this old lady's house and the cats start attacking everybody. It is fucking funny.
Oh my god.
But that actually, speaking of, that is another movie that people need to see. Scout's Guide to Zombie Apocalypse. It is a great fucking movie.
So one thing I definitely want to ask all the listeners as well, before we end the episode today.
Who do you agree with more?
Yeah, obviously, if you agree with us,
yeah,
send us a comment. Let us know what you agree with. If you disagree with us, send us a comment. Let us know why you disagree.
Yeah.
But, as the year's coming to a close, we want to just specifically ask all you guys, what are there episodes that you guys really specifically liked?
Yeah, what were your favorites throughout the year? Because we've unleashed a plethora, and we would like to point those ones for next year, so that way we can be more engaging to you, and you guys can join us on the air if you guys contact us.
Yes.
So we would like to promote your guys' art, stories, movies, and whatever,
If you have anything horror, then let's fucking get in contact. Send us a message. We would love to help you promote your stuff. We would love to help bring horror to the masses, because we are a welcoming community of people who love everything.
Fiends of horror.
Yes, lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Extend the pinky.
Extend the pink. Oh.
I removed the pinky.
Well, since we hit that note,
just remember, if you have any haunting locations that you would like investigated, you can contact the Witches Hill Paranormal Investigative Team at the exact same address as the other shit. Fucking witcheshillradio@gmail.com, and you'll most likely be talking to me.
Like, subscribe, follow, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Hell yeah, find us, and we will definitely see your comments, and we will smile.
Yes.
And as always, subscribe, hit that death bell so that way you can stay notified, and we will see you guys next week.
Ooh.
Spookies.
Spooky.
Witches Hill.